Welcome to another wonderful opportunity to delve into Hilchot Teshuva of the Rambam. We are at the close of chapter 4. So we left with the idea of when we eat a meal that is not enough to satisfy its owner. You just have to pay attention to that. You get invited, you have to pay attention to that.
How do we know when it's not enough to satisfy?
Look.
Okay. And answer that question.
Yeah, make the cheshbon. Says the Rambam, המשתמש באבותו של עני, שהאבות של עני אינו אלא קורדום ומחרשה. A person comes to your wonderful pawn shop and wants a loan. And he's going to pawn his plow or his axe, which this is all he's got. If you take his plow, can he feed his family? No. But you're going to take it and say, well, he gave it, he must not need it. And you take it, and the guy now doesn't have a way to feed his family. And in a sense, here is an issue that you can't make tshuva, because you essentially stole from him. Wait. Now, the number 3 is going to be the big one. Mati, this is it. You came the right day. You ready? What? Number 3 of the list of those things that these are sins that people think that they don't need to repent from, because they're not really sins. So here's the one. This one, unfortunately, Yitzchak, we all need to work on. Ready? Anybody want to guess what it is? Chilul Hashem. No. How many? No, this is it's like this. It happens all the time. Boom. Lashon hara. Oh, it's close. But no. You ready? Hamistakel ba'arayot. A guy that is looking at girls. So he says, hamistakel ba'arayot ma'ale al da'ato she'en bechach klum. שהוא אומר, וכי בעלתי או קרבתי אצלה? A person that looks at girls that are dressed inappropriately, or naked girls, the Rambam says, because what do people say? Did I touch her? Did I kiss her? Did I sleep with her? No, I just looking. Nothing wrong with looking. Just because I'm on a diet doesn't mean I can't look at the menu. You ever heard of that? Yeah. It's a good line. It's a terrible line, says the Rambam. A person like this doesn't know that Riyat Einaim is a big sin. Looking in the eyes is a big sin. Why? Because it causes the rest of the problems of arayos, of illicit sexual relations. Because it says, Velo taturu, you shall not pursue after your hearts and after your eyes. Which means, what are you not allowed to do? Looky. No looky. Questions? Yes.
Is dressed modest so you can look at her?
For what purpose? Well, she's dressed, yes, then you're not looking at her rayas. But the Gemara says that a person who looks at a woman in order to enjoy her beauty, even if he looks at her finger, where does he go? Gehenna. Why? Because she's not yours. You should only enjoy things that are yours. It's not yours. It wasn't given to you. Do you want to enjoy it? Then ask her to marry you. She says yes, it means that she wants you to enjoy her. This is really a big problem in the society in which we live, Western society, of girls who, want to go only this way, that way, this boom, bam, sexual harassment, sexual attack, whatever, all these things. This is crazy. Where does it come from?
And if your intention is not to enjoy it, but out of having that conversation.
What's the conversation for? I'm not telling you you're not allowed to talk to a woman. There's Pirkei Avot. We could talk about that also. But give me the scenario. What's the case? You're invited to someone's home and his daughter sits across from you. And so you go, hi, my name is Isaac and I go to Or Sameach. She says, hi, I go to Beis Yaakov or whatever, seminary. It's like, so what do you do? And you got some green leafy thing in your mouth. Oh, sorry. So what do you do? Awkward, right? It depends what the purpose of the conversation. If you're asking, excuse me, where's the bus to Tachana Merkazit? That's one thing. What's the conversation? Are you going on a date?
No, like in a store or something.
And this is your fourth time in the last hour that you come in for change for a quarter. Like, I don't know. The question is, what's the purpose of the conversation? Are you hitting on her?
No, it's just a salesperson.
Okay, so then she has a job and you're trying to figure something out. So fine, she's helping.
But as that happens, you start realizing that you're right.
Walk away.
I'm giving you a hard time.
Back up. Just back up.
What about you go to a restaurant
Yes.
and
You have a waitress.
yeah,
Yeah, so she serves you. What's wrong?
okay, fine. Not only that, though.
We're human, and we're men. You have a beautiful waitress. Sometimes you're not going out of your way, but
If she were your daughter. Every guy is like, So no. So how would you like a customer to treat her? Mesilat Yesharim and the Ben Ish Chai tell us very carefully that in the Rambam here, I think this is sort of one of the main sources, that the Rambam explains that it is something that of a slippery slope. That we don't even think that looking at girls is wrong. But it's something that we have to understand the power of it. You are just acknowledging what the Rambam is saying. Look, I'm not doing anything. I'm just sitting here. And she's what? So I just notice how nice she is and how pleasant, graceful and pretty, and look at the beautiful sandals she's wearing. And from there, that's what the Rambam is talking about.
so you should insult, not look at her at all. Or you see a woman coming to
You don't.
You just order what you want.
Listen, take off your glasses. They all look the same because I can't see past here. And say, I would like, can I please have a Coke? She's, I'm over here. Sorry. No, listen, there's a way to be respectable and to be respectful and to be nizhar on these things. Just pay attention to it. The Rambam is saying that a lot of us, when we look, we think it's okay. But arayas is something that you do with your eyes, not only with your sense of touch. You don't have to, somebody says, what? There's nothing. Why, did I sleep with her? Did I come close to her? I didn't do anything. I was just watching her walk, along in the street.
This is not even thinking about it, it's just looking at it.
Pay attention to that. So do tshuva. That's his point. That people think it's not serious, they don't do tshuva for it. And I gotta tell you, I think that part of the problem in Western society is that we assume that the nature of a human being, whether he's a male or a female, is equal, and that there is no effect of how people dress on the opposite sex. Whether it's, in the business, in the professional field, in the, it's a big problem. It's a big problem. Tznius. And the reason there's no tznius, modesty, is because people have a warped sense of an ego. There's a reason why people dress the way they do. They're sending a message of who they are. And then when they get, there's this idea that a woman who dressed not tznius-like attracts only one type of a guy, a pig. Because non-tznius clothes are like manure. That's what she's going to attract. I'm telling you, think about it.
How's it like?
If you saw, what?
How's it like?
Because it attracts pigs.
What?
That is, the idea is as follows. If you went out to a restaurant and there was a girl that dressed half naked, and then there was a girl who dressed modest, what type of girl would you think you would want to be with, to marry?
Modest one.
What?
The modest one.
The modest. That is, our clothing, whether we like it or not, expresses our values. It's a decision that you make when you get dressed. In the yeshiva, even when you're in the yeshiva, you make a decision of what to wear. You're sending a message. I don't care how I look. I'm comfortable. Whatever it is. I am, growing. I am this, I am that. We use clothes to express aspects of our personality. Don't think that girls don't do that also. And by her dress, she decides, makes a conscious decision. I want to reveal certain things and I want to conceal certain things. And when a girl says, I want to reveal certain things, and she reveals them, that tells me who she is. Now you could say, well, no, she's just societal pressures. That means that she is susceptible to societal pressures. I don't want that. As somebody as my soulmate, to raise a family that's going to go with the flow, just because all the girls dress this way. I was talking to a young woman. So she said, I said to her, why do you dress like this? And she said, Rabbi, I'll tell you the truth. I don't really want to. I'm not very comfortable. But if I don't, none of the guys would look at me. Because all the girls in Miami Beach dress like this. So I have to dress like that too. And I said to her, really? And you think if you dressed more modest, you would not be able to find a guy? Maybe you're looking for the wrong guy. Then the tears came. And then there was a whole sort of long discussion. But it's something that also, I'll never forget this. I gave a class to a group of young women up in Tzfat. And before the class, I asked one of the ladies I wanted to say something to her. So I called her over, and she walks up to me. She says, Rabbi, I know. You want me to go get dressed, like put on clothes. And I said, that never crossed my mind. You're coming to hear me, and I'm going to tell you, like, go and get dressed. It's not my role. I'm not your father. But I thought I still, every once in a while I think about this. Like, why did she say that? Because she felt uncomfortable in the way she dressed. I wasn't doing this to her. So you could say, well, maybe you didn't pay attention and you were doing. No, I try to pay attention as to how I look at people. Yes, Steve.
So you don't charge, let's say you run a business, low money.
Yeah.
And you follow the rule of one of your customers is Jewish, you don't charge them interest.
You're not allowed to.
Right, but let's say one of your other customers who isn't Jewish finds out and you were charging them interest. Couldn't they sue you for discrimination? I mean, how do you...
In a halachic state?
Well,
or you're talking in America?
I guess if you were in the United States.
Okay, you have to live by the law of the land.
So then you either have...
Sue someone if your coffee is too hot.
I know that, but let's say you decided I want to follow, the halachic rule. So
Yeah.
then does that mean then that in order to be able to do that, then you would also...
So what they do is, there's something called, no, I'll tell you, no, it's not a question of a business, because this is clearly not a business. If you have, this is called the Free Loan Society, that were set up in America in the beginning of the 1800s to help migrant Jewish immigrants who came to America. And those are governed by, it's a non-profit, and it is a religious organization. And according to the US law, religious organizations can discriminate based on religion. For example, if a non-Jew comes to a synagogue and says, I want to be a member, right? And the Orthodox rabbi says, I'm sorry, we only have Jewish members. You say, well, I'm going to sue you for discrimination. Will he win? No. It's a religious-based organization with its own. I will tell you off, if you ever want to hear, I have a story of that because.
I'm just saying because, let's say that is your business and it isn't religious based, it's just your business. When you yourself decide that's how you want to operate your business.
That I don't think you can do, but you can have a free loan society so that Jewish people you can loan them for free. So if somebody says, oh, I want to get a loan from the free loan society, it says that has certain requirements that you have to be Jewish.
So then,
And I don't discriminate against any Jew.
So then you either then would have to just charge no one interest in order.
No, why are you going? You're going backwards now.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, if you.
There is a way to do it under American law. I know. I was involved in some of the free loan societies, and so there is no problem with it. None whatsoever. A business has a different rules than a nonprofit, than a religious-based organization.
I'm just trying to look at it from a strictly business point.
But
Would you make money?
but it's not a business. If you're not making money, it's not a business. What's the purpose of a business? To make money. If your business is, I make loans to people without charging interest, how are you making money? I'm not. Is that a business? No, that's called not-for-profit organization.
Okay. But then I was thinking of, what if instead of it being not charging interest, it's just in general following the halachic rule, maybe not towards money, but in other areas, where they might conflict with the secular laws. Then
So that's a big subject that, Baruch Hashem, in this yeshiva, we have an expert, Rabbi Breitowitz. I think he does a session for the Fusionaires on American law and Jewish law. And you should talk to him because he's much more, I can give you examples, but he's the expert. It's like, I just read the encyclopedia. He wrote it.
What about a Jewish business such as a bank? When they give out loans, it's not going to be big interest.
Because there is something called heter iska.
What is that?
It is a halachic heter to charge interest by sort of doing profit sharing. There's a way that, and when you go into a bank, let's say in Israel, you sign a heter iska so that they can charge you interest and you can get interest. So there is a halachic way to allow for it.
So basically, every Jew can charge interest as long as they sign that.
As long as they're heter iska. Exactly how it
If I
works.
become a loan shark, as long as I make my client sign that, I'm good to go, right?
Yeah. I don't know if you're good to go if you're a loan shark, but you'll have to find a posek to give you a heter iska.
Oh, well, you can't just write it up by yourself.
No, because it has to be very specific, and it has different things, and it has to do with depending whether it's a pays dividends. There's lots of different issues in it. It's not so simple. It's not so simple. So, and usually when you walk into a bank, they will have it laminated in the entrance, their heter iska, so you could see what it is and where it came from. Yeah. All right, number 4. המתכבד בקלון חברו. A person who gets a benefit out of the disgrace of his friend. Something bad happened to his friend and he benefits from it, and he says to himself, well, my friend isn't around and I didn't embarrass him, I didn't do anything, so I'm just soaking it up.
So let's say that your friend owns a business, his business idea doesn't fail basically, and then you take it upon yourself to do what his business deal was like. You do things similar to his business and you succeed. Is that what it means?
No?
Like laughing when a friend gets hurt?
Yeah, but that you're doing it or when you tell other people about it. So you're getting benefit out of this guy's, as a nebuch. Yeah. Okay. Now listen to this. The 5th, very important. I actually did this to the kids in my house. החושד בכשרים Person, if you are suspicious of people who did no wrong. Like, who drank who finished the kiwi, left the box. And they're like, well, we didn't do it. Yes, you did, I know it. And then somebody else goes, oh, no, I did it. Sorry, guys, sorry. I'm sorry. I was sure it was you. No, we didn't do it. They're like, okay, no. So you have to make sure that you don't suspect people. Okay, good. 5 things that the person should always stay away from. We've covered most of them under the previous class of Mesilat Yesharim. So those of you who were in the previous fusion program, and also Mechina, we learned Mesilat Yesharim. So he says the Rambam the following. These are several things you should not do at all. Gossip. Lashon Hara. What's Lashon Hara? Truthful things. Truthful things. Like saying Rabbi Matalon has a bad haircut. That's a bad thing to say. But it is true. But I'm the one to be able to say it, not you. And my barber finds it very, very upsetting. He thinks it's slander. But I'm kidding if he watches the show. I'm kidding. I love what you do with my bald spot. All right, here we go. Let's keep going. So, Lashon Hara, Baal Chema, anger. Anger, you should never get angry. If you have to get angry, fake it. But don't get angry. Just pretend to be angry. It gets the point across without you deriving all the negative consequences. Don't get angry. It's very hard to do. What? Don't get angry.
So what do you do when you feel angry?
Don't. Just stop it.
It's like being drunk.
Wait a second. Wait. You said getting angry is like being drunk. I can't control it. How did you get drunk?
Yeah.
You drank. You did something. Then don't drink. What makes you angry? Life. Okay, that can't really help you. What makes you angry? Figure it out. Anger comes from gaiva, from a sense of arrogance. A person like me? This person cuts off a person like me? How dare he? Doesn't he know that this is my road? No. And it's grandma, and she's driving to see her daughter giving birth for the first grandchild. That's where she's speeding. Don't get angry. Figure out what makes you angry. And you'll see. Somebody said to me, he's making me angry. No, he's not. I'm choosing to get angry. You are allowing yourself to get angry. In the same way that if you're mad, no one can make you laugh. Leave me alone, man. Leave me alone. Right? That's what I do to my kids when they're mad. Oh, I don't want to. So I try to make them smile. And when I saw a smile, and they smile, but I don't like it. And they try to eat. Right? The same thing when you're getting angry. You can control it. It's an emotion. Just because you have an emotion, it doesn't mean you act upon it. Right? If you're driving your car, right, on Sepulveda, right, going up to, the Mulholland, nice hills, and you got the music, and the hair is flowing, and the windows are down, and you're, going the turns, and woo, a cop pulls you over. And you're going to get a big ticket. And you're not in the mood. You're angry. Cop comes to you, knocks on the window. What do you say? What the hell did you stop me for, man? Right? No, you say, yes, officer. License registration, please. Do you know why I stopped you? Was I speeding, sir? You're going to be super nice. You're going to be on your best behavior. Why? Are you angry? Yes. As soon as the cop drives away, you're going to start cursing and foam at the mouth. You controlled it, didn't you? We can't control it. We can absolutely control anger. The Rambam says, don't get angry. Control it. And the better you work on it of controlling it, the better you're going to be. You have to just practice. And there are going to be situations in life that anger is called for. They're very, very rare. So fake it. I'm really mad at you. Go to your room. And we go to their room and like, got him. Don't get angry. It's a lot easier said than done. A lot easier said than done. We are humans, we're not angels. I agree. But I'm trying to stress the point over and over that it is something that we can control. It's something that we can work on. Okay. I want to finish this chapter, so we're going to keep going. Ba'al machshava ra'ah. Thinking bad thoughts. I know. Thinking bad thoughts. Also, try to avoid it. Think good. Be good. These are all the things. And he says, stay away from evil people. Okay. And we are going to continue tomorrow. Wait. Rabbi Geffen, tomorrow is Wednesday. So no class tomorrow. We will continue on Thursday by Zad Hashem.